Shalom, shalom, Akim, Akwath. Here we go. This is a broadcast for TDOC, True Disciples of Christ here in Georgia. I'm called General Yashabon here amongst the ranks. We're going to go ahead and impart truth, knowledge, and love. And also in doing so, I'm going to put out a disclaimer. Everything that you hear under the sounds of my voice is for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes only. Not at all am I suggesting that you do with myself or what any of the true disciples of Christ is telling you to do, but check it out for yourself. Between you and the Most High, you should meet him or he will meet you where you're at. And the most important thing about this is the journey, okay? And that you continue to improve as you get closer to the Most High, that you also be in health and prosper, even as your soul prosper. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this off with a bit of prayer. I'm a little bit out of practice, not too much, but I like to start off every single prayer with the Lord's Prayer. I have an affinity in the Most High's word, and the fact that his word was originally in Lashon Kadash, the holy tongue from back in the days of old. Usually utilize every opportunity to go ahead and practice as I do this walk. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get this started with the Lord's Prayer, or Adawan Palau. Abanawa Shabbat Shemayim Kadash Haya Shamka Yahawah Malak Wafka Daba Ra Tasawanka Haya Aisha Ba Arataza Kawa Haya Ba Shemayim Nathan Lanawa Lakam Ka Yawam Wa Salaknawa Kawab Wap Nawa Ka Salaknawa Kawab Wap Yanawa Wala'a Tabaya Anawa Banasayawan Abal Hawashai Nawa Mayan Rai Kaya Laka Hamala Wafka Waha'ala Waha Tapa'arath La'ai Walam Yam Aman. All right. That is the Lord's Prayer. All right. With that prayer, I believe that Yahawah imparted that knowledge onto us to let us know that we pray that prayer and ask for things in that manner. Things are going to come to us because the Most High already know what we need. All right. So the title of this is SUPERMEN amongst the ranks of the Most High. All right. The last video that I put out, I put holy food for a holy body. So that's basically setting the foundation at the lowest level for what we put in our bodies and building up our temple. Since the Most High is holy, we should be holy as well. And part of being holy is giving yourself set apart, clean, otherwise known as holy meat. Has everything to do with a plant and grains. So go ahead and watch Holy Food for a Holy Body to go ahead and get a little bit more direction and guidance in that. But for this lesson, I'm gonna go ahead and bring up a couple of key factors, some definitions, and then also some demonstrations of putting holy food into your holy body and the things that we can perform, and how this is in line with the scriptures back during the days of old from our forefathers when they were out there getting it in. All right. So I have my notes here. We have, go ahead and check out really quick Exodus 16 and 31. Good, and pull that up. Exodus 16 and 31. What is going on in Exodus 16 and 31? Exodus 16:31, and it reads, and the house of Israel called the name thereof manna, and it was like coriander seed, white, and the taste of it was like wafers made with honey. Wafers are a form of unleavened bread, and it has a crispy taste to it. And what this is in Exodus 16:31 is what the Most High chose to provide for us and give to us from his hand while we're out there in the wilderness. Okay. Coriander seed, as again, that's a plant. And, go ahead and check out Genesis 1 and 26 to 29. Go ahead, check it out for yourself. You can also see what meat is supposed to be to us. All right. So supermen amongst the ranks of the Most High. So during my studies and throughout my walk and getting closer to the Most High, coming into this truth, I have come across some really interesting facts. All right. And that is that the things that we were able to accomplish, that the Most High's men were able to accomplish, were exceedingly great. We look at movies. Back in the day, folks were good at comic books. People play video games like crazy right now. And you're looking at all types of supermen, or people who are advanced, or what they like to call evolved and all that, or the evolution of man, which based on what's written, that already existed tens of thousands of years ago. So the state that we are in, especially, Yasharallah, is not necessarily an evolution, but it was a regression or a de-evolution of man, because based on what's written, we are extremely weak amongst the body, and we got to get that back up so that way the Most High can use us in the best way possible. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and back that up with scriptures. And let's see, we got Joshua 1 and 14. Joshua 1 and 14. And it reads, your wives, your little ones, your cattle shall remain in the land which Moses gave you on this side of Jordan, but ye shall pass before your brethren armed, all the mighty men of valor, and help them. All right. Mighty men of valor. Highlight that. I'm going to go ahead and skip on and go all the way to 2 Samuel. And I believe it is chapter 20. Go ahead and put that in there. Chapter 20. Nope, not 20. Must be 23. Yep, chapter 23. And it reads, 2 Samuel chapter 23 and verse 2. The Spirit of the Lord spake by me, and his word was in my tongue. The God of Israel said, the Rock of Israel spake to me, he that ruleth over men must be just, ruling in the fear of God, meaning respect. Go ahead and come down to these type of men that were being ruled by King David and that respected him. And that is 2 Samuel 23 and verse 8. And it reads, these be the name of the mighty men whom David had. The Tachmonite that sat in the seat, chief among the captains. The same was Adino the Eznite. He lifted up his spear against 800 whom he slew at one time. Pause right there. 800 men. Now let's go ahead and take a look at this, okay? Now, I've only seen something like this in cartoons, such as, certain anime, such as like Dragon Ball Z or like Gundam Wing and things like that. But I'm going to go ahead and read that again so that way you can get it. 800 men. You took a spear and he slew 800 men. As one man, he slew 800. If that ain't super, I don't know what the heck is. But he's amongst the Most High, amongst the ranks of the Most High. Verse 9, and after him was Eleazar, son of Dodo, the Ahahite, one of the three mighty men with David, when they defeated the Philistines that were gathered together to battle, and the men of Israel were gone away. He arose and smote the Philistines until his hand was weary, and his hand was claved onto his sword. And the Lord wrought a great victory in that day, and the people returned after him only to spoil. After him was Shammah, the son of Agi, the Hararite, and the Philistines were gathered together into a troop. There was a piece of ground full of lentils, and the people fled from the Philistines. He stood in the midst of the ground and defended it and slew the Philistines, and the Lord wrought a great victory. Now, a troop of Philistines, I would say, now I don't know specifically what that is, but let's say we do a squad or a platoon, okay? I don't know the specific definition, but based on my experience, a troop is like a small platoon, between 15 and 40. So you got one man who slew and defended this ground against 15, roughly about 15, the worst case, but up to 40 men. All right. Superman amongst the Most High. And then you have, going further down, you have verse 13, 3 of the 30 chief went down and came to David in the harvest time upon the cave of Adullam. The troop of the Philistines pitched in the valley of Rephaim. David was then in an hold, and the garrison of the Philistine was in Bethlehem. And David longed and said, "Oh, that one would give me drink of the water of the well of Bethlehem, which is by the gate." And the three mighty men brake through the host of the Philistine, drew water out of the well of Bethlehem, and was by the gate, and took it and brought it to David. Nevertheless, he would not drink thereof, but poured it out unto the Lord. And he said, "Be it far from me, O Lord, that I should do this. Is not this the blood of the men that went in jeopardy of their lives?" Therefore, he would not drink it. These things did these three mighty men. All right. You have Abishai, the son of Joab, the son of Zeruiah, chief among the three. He lifted up his spear against 300 and slew them. He had a name among the three. Was he not the most honorable of the three? Therefore was he their captain. Howbeit he attained not the first three. Verse 20, Benaniah, son of Jehoiada, the son of the valiant man of Kabziel, and had done many acts, and he slew 2 lion-like men of Moab. When he went down and slew a lion in the midst of the pit, in the midst of a pit in the time of snow. He slew an Egyptian, a goodly man. An Egyptian had a spear in his hand, but he went down with just a staff. So an Egyptian had a spear, which means he had a blade on a staff. And it says he plucked the spear out of the Egyptian's hand and slew him with his own spear. These things did Benaniah, the son of Jehoiada, and had the name amongst the three mighty men. All right. So you got folks slewing men that appear to be mightier than them with an advantage of weaponry and them getting slewed. You have men slewing 300 to 800, 15 and 40 men, supermen amongst the ranks of the Most High. Thousands of years ago, it was like this. So let's go and get some more. Let me go ahead and get some more edification here. So I went in my research and me evaluating myself and how I want to be developed. I'm using, first of all, Yahawah Bahasham Yahweh Shah is my example, and then looking at the types of men that he was looking at. Okay, so and me trying to be more like Yahweh Shah, and I'm over here studying the Torah, which is all he really had to go off of. These are the stories and these are the images that was placed before him for him to help develop himself as well. Okay, so I'm doing the same. So I took the opportunity to go ahead and look up certain definitions in my unabridged dictionary that King James, when he translated the Bible, they used in English. And these words are valor, mighty, valiant, and goodly. All right. So unabridged definition of the word valor, you got courage, fearlessness, bravery, especially in battle, undaunted, not subdued by fear or discouragement, undismayed. All right. Then that's valor. And you got valor, then undaunted, and the definition of undaunted in there. Then you have mighty. Mighty, the definition of a mighty, unabridged definition, is having great bodily strength or physical power, very strong, rigorous, willed force, power of control. Definition of rigorous, you got living or growing in full strength, strong, robust, energetic, powerful, ready to act with energy and force. Definition of robust, which is in rigorous, exhibiting sound health, strong built, sturdy, muscular, stout, undaunted. There it goes again. You have goodly, you got pleasing, good quality, large, considerable. All right. So during my times of meditating, during the times in which I am in my secret place and I'm evaluating my actions, looking at where I'm at and what goals I should set forth for myself. These are the kind of things that come through that, basically come to mind. So now that I've read those definitions, let's go back and hit some more precepts so that way we can put this all together so we can get a full understanding of the kind of people or the kind of men that the Most High, utilized and relied on. So that right there was 2 Samuel, and then there is 1 Chronicles. Yep, 1 Chronicles, I think 11, and I would go 11 and 9. No, 11 and 10. We see that term again, using the word mighty. Again, mighty, having strength, having great bodily strength, physical power, very strong, rigorous, willing force, power of control, especially over one's body. All right. So 1 Chronicles 11 and 10. These are the chief of the mighty men whom David had, who strengthened themselves with him in his kingdom and with all Israel to make him king according to the word of the Lord concerning Israel. All right. So here we go with the word mighty again. And then in my notes, I have 2 Chronicles 27. And let's see here. What verse is that? You have Jotham. 2 Chronicles 27:6. So Jotham became mighty because he prepared his ways before the Lord his God. I'm going to read that again. 2 Chronicles 27:6. So Jotham became mighty because he prepared his ways before the Lord his God. And we also have Job. I found in my studies, Job 9:4. So make sure you guys go and check this stuff out for yourself. Job 9:4. He is wise in heart, this heart, cardia, spirit, your soul, your mind, and mighty in strength, who hath hardened himself against him and hath prospered. All right. So here we are using the term where Job is talking to or referring back to the Most High. And if the Most High is like that, then we should be also. And one of my favorites, it's like Psalms 82. And I only say this is because how good and pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity, especially strong. And it reads, Yahawah standeth in the congregation of the mighty, and he judges among the gods. And that's gods with a small g. So that means the mighty and the strong men. All right. And there you have it. You know, no matter how many times you look at the word, every man, I've not yet seen or read in there where the Most High used a man who was not strong in his own right. And it is exceedingly difficult for us to be strong, and we're not feeding ourselves the right physical food. You cannot give yourself poison over a long period of time and expect the Most High to use you, because you're defiling your temple. You're making yourself sick. And that really does defeat the purpose of it all. So brothers and sisters who are still consuming the fat and that are, eating blood and consuming the flesh of animals that are not clean and not properly prepared, come back, strengthen yourselves up. When you do come on to the other side and you follow the Most High, you're going to find that you can make a more sound decision, because those spirits of those things that you're consuming is not influencing you in the areas of fear and areas of doubt and areas of trying to feed your lust. Because the more you strengthen your body, the more powerful your mind is. The more powerful your mind becomes, the more you can strengthen your body. And it is a never-ending cycle should you choose to walk with us on this journey, called life, and upbuilding the ranks of the Most High in preparation for Yahawah's return. All right. Now, on the last video, I did show a picture of what I used to look like. And also you saw on the video of where my hair length was at. And, it's still doing pretty good. It's getting longer. Right now it's at the very tip of my nose, which is a result of, eating clean food and fasting. All right. Fasting is very important and it does strengthen you. So a product of that fasting is being able to strengthen your body. So I did want to demonstrate what that looks like when you strengthen your body. So I've had personal goals to be able to do a certain amount of push-ups in a certain amount of time and I was able to hit those goals. Now, for everybody else, now this is specifically for the men. No matter where you're at, you got to start somewhere. It's never too late. All right. So I'll challenge all the men. If you can do a plank, great. Hold it for 60 seconds at a time. And if you can accomplish that with ease, bump it up to 5 minutes at a time. All right. And then also you have handstands. Okay. You're doing the handstand. See if you can hold it for assisted. Most of us are not there, but assisted handstand, which means you walk up the wall and just hold your body weight up for 60 seconds at a time. If you can do that, with ease, up to something that you can't do, and get that burn. All right. Definition of the word suffer means to tolerate, whether it be pain or pleasure. In the upbuilding of your temple, there will be much pain, and then comes pleasure when you're suffering and you're doing these things. All right. You have regular push-ups, all variations, down to one-hand push-ups. 1, 5, 10, 20, wherever you're at, do that. And then you have squats, different variations of squats, regular body squats, jump squats, one leg squats, lunges is also a form of a squat, whether you're doing it in place or whether you're having perpetual motion and you're moving in a said name direction. And then there's also pull-ups. Okay. Can't do a full pull-up, then get up to the bar and hold yourself there as you controlling your breathing and count. If you can hold it for at least 30 seconds, then you should be able to do at least one full pull-up. If you can hold it for about 60 seconds, you should be able to do at least 3 to 5 pull-ups and ladder them. Okay. Go for that burn. So at first, while I'll demonstrate, at first I wasn't really quite able to do this. I've been doing all different variations of push-ups, from the close hand to up here by my face, and I come down to my forehead, and then coming down, doing them by my chin, coming down further, doing them by my chest in the form of a diamond, and then even going below my sternum and doing them right there. That way, as you are working your way from top to bottom, you're getting full range of motion and developing your back muscles. All right. And developing your core. This is very important. If you don't strengthen anything else, you need to strengthen your core. That's where your immune system lies for the most part, and your spinal cord is what sends signals from your soul, your spirit, your brain to the rest of your body. Okay. And in doing that, proportionally, your arm strength and your leg strength is going to happen all by itself. Let me see if I can demonstrate right quick. So, push-up variations. There we go. Yeah, this works. Almost works. There we go. So you got different push-up variations. So one of the things that I've recently accomplished was being able to hold my body weight up on my arms and have my legs extended out completely, which is like great, because I've never been able to do that like my whole life. Like I've been able to do a ridiculous amount of push-ups, but I guess my core strength wasn't there. But I can like hold it for a few seconds. And these are the type of things that you can accomplish, once you follow the laws of the Most High and you're putting clean food in your body, you can accomplish things much quicker and more efficient. So let me go ahead and put this out there. Man, that is tough. So what my goal is for where I'm at, I want to be able to hold myself in this position for at least 60 seconds. And then I'm going to try to go ahead and do push-ups in that position to greater, strengthen my body, get back to the days of old. Because I think back then, no, I don't think, but I know what they mostly did was work land, move rocks, build things. And the way society's set up today, there's the majority of the workforce out there is not hard physical labor for the most part that provides a profit. So this is the kind of things we need to do to strengthen our body, for the most part. And then I mentioned also about doing a handstand. So you can do it assisted or unassisted. I'm gonna try it unassisted.
Oh, I see him.
Yeah, man, that is tough. But what I can tell you is that just 6 months ago, that was not possible at all. So this is like you guys see me smiling, but this is a big thing for me because I've just been, doing small things. I have 5 young ones. I have a wife. Work working every day. So here are things that you can do in between your very busy schedule, so that way you can continue to build your body, take care of your temple, build your temple up, and be strong for the Most High. All right. I think I also mentioned something about doing squats. Now, you can do any kind of squats that you want to. Right? Do your research. But for where I'm at, where the Most High is providing me, mine is going to be the one leg type. All right. So, goal for me would be to be able to knock out about 30 of those, and pretty decent on the push-ups. I don't want to, bore you guys with that, but another goal. Yeah, I'm breathing hard because those are not easy, but it does get your blood pumping, and you feel that burn much quicker. Once you get really good with your push-ups, now I'll figure out the science behind it and I'll pass the information on. But when I do one hand push-ups, it feels really good to my spinal cord, and it stretches and it cracks and it like resets itself. And that's the benefit that I have. All right. So on the road to being a Superman, based on modern day terms, but based on the word of Most High, being mighty men, this is how we own it. So what you guys can see. All right. Woo-wee. Now to most that is not going to feel good, I can assure you it reaps great benefits. And you can just see, you can see for yourself, you know, being the definition of one's legs, physical ability, endurance. For someone who have not eaten any animal flesh in about 5 years, I can guarantee you, you're going to be strong. That has absolutely nothing to do with it. So in closing, take it for what it's worth. You need to challenge yourself and get back to what's written for what's best for building up our body and being strong and strong men, especially in the army of the Most High. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and close out. Thank you for watching. And Kwam Yasharallah, be strong. Shalom.